It's Alicia Kramer, and in this week's Mentor Minutes, I'm going to talk about using dream building to prime your subconscious mind for achieving your goals. Dream building, similar to a vision board, is a way to get yourself mentally, emotionally, and vibrationally attuned to what you want. When we have a desire for something, in many cases, we are not mentally, emotionally, vibrationally a match to what it is that we want. The more limiting beliefs we have, the more work it takes to get ourselves primed up to believe and expect that this goal is even possible for us. Obviously, there are a lot of different ways that you can prime your subconscious mind. I'm an advocate for hypnosis, using visualization to begin making it normal to the subconscious mind. I have this thing. This is who I am. But there are other things that we can do as well that are also very, very, very impactful for programming our subconscious mind and training ourselves to be a mental, emotional, vibrational match to what we want. Dream building is a really fun way of priming your mind. And I say fun for a very important reason. It should feel good. When we set goals, there is a tendency to get overly serious, very rigid, to try to will ourselves into submission, to work really hard, to push through our resistance. And in many cases, we can feel that there is this inner strug of war, this inner turmoil. We feel that we're out of alignment. Dream building is a light-hearted exercise. It is identifying what is it that I want and how can I more playfully begin to acclimate to this idea of having that particular goal. I'm going to use an example. Let's say you want a specific watch. Maybe it's a Rolex or something else that is outside of your current reality, meaning you don't have the extra $20,000 or $50,000 in the bank to purchase the watch that you want. But a part of you knows it is possible. So what do you do to bring yourself mentally, emotionally, and vibrationally into a state of congruence with creating that desired outcome? You'll hear a lot of people talk about, don't worry about the how. And then you'll hear some people poo-pooing that, shunning that, saying it's impractical, you have to have a plan. Well, a plan is secondary to your mental, emotional, vibrational alignment with something. If you try to plan before you're a mental, emotional, vibrational match to the planning stage, that plan is basically useless. It is never going to feel right. You're always going to be bumping up against doubt and resistance and fear. You're not going to be able to get there with that plan. So prime the mind first. Don't worry about the how until it feels like a natural, logical next step. In the case of our watch, first, you have an idea. I want this beautiful watch. And so now you're visualizing, you're imagining yourself wearing the watch, you're imagining how good it feels, you're imagining the people complimenting you on your watch. And you start to do a little bit of research. You go online, you're looking at different watch stores, you're looking at different models of Rolexes. You're starting to introduce that vibration into you. Okay, you're familiarizing with yourself with it. Your subconscious mind is starting to grow accustomed to thinking about having the watch. Then the next step may actually be going into a watch store, physically putting the watch on, trying it out. Notice how it feels, creating a very visceral experience. This is the process of dream building. We're building upon the dream. We're creating all of these neural pathways in the brain through these sensory experiences, whether you're looking at things online or you're physically touching them. How can you take whatever your goal is and dream build? How can you be proactively putting yourself into the vibration of, if this is your reality? The more you do this, the more you're going to notice that it's starting to feel much more natural, much more normal. It no longer feels like a big gap between having it and where you've been. That gap begins to close. You're subconsciously starting to feel more normal, more natural about that goal. And vibrationally, you are continuously reinforcing this in your present vibration, and of course, then creating it as your future manifestation. Once you get to that sort of critical mass where there is enough belief, enough momentum, enough expectancy, that's when those next logical steps begin to fall into place. That's when you may feel an impulse to make a phone call that leads to the new deal, which is the additional money that you need in order to actually purchase the watch. Or maybe you somehow get invited to an event and it just so happens that one of the door prizes is a Rolex watch. We don't know how the universe is going to line things up for you. It'll be very logical. It is not just going to manifest on your wrist one day. There are going to be a series of events that will occur that will lead to you having that desired outcome. But it begins in those earliest stages with priming your mind, making it normal, building up the belief and expectancy, and then the planning will follow. This, of course, is an exercise that needs practical application. So look at what your goal is and what can you begin to do to start playing in the energy of having what you want. With that said, I'm going to use 1 or 2 more minutes here in this week's Mentor Minutes to talk about a new program that I'm rolling out, which makes working with me a little bit more accessible to a few more people. I love working with private clients, and my schedule is limited, but I am allocating a few additional hours each week to working with clients in my Inner Circle Mentoring Group program. What that includes is for $500 a month, month to month, no commitment, you get 1 session with me, private, per month, and a group session with a small, intimate group of like-minded entrepreneurs where we are doing question and answer, we're doing mindset work, we're going to be doing some visualization, some hypnosis sessions live on the calls. And this really is a wonderful opportunity for me to help you privately as well as in a small group setting. I don't know how much interest this is going to have. It may not have much interest at all, in which case, if you join, more for you, right? We're going to give this a test run. We'll see how it goes. If you want to jump on the bandwagon and take advantage of this, now is the time to do it, because it will close down when I either reach max capacity or if there isn't enough interest. If you want an opportunity to work one-on-one with me at a very affordable rate and be a part of those intimate group sessions, which will be available only to individuals who are in this mentoring capacity, there will be a link where you can sign up. And of course, if you have any questions before you sign up, you can reach out to me. Just reach out at support@aliciakramer.com, and I will get to whatever your question is. If we need to jump on the phone, we certainly can, and chat a little bit to make sure that this is the right opportunity for you. And with that, we will conclude this week's Mentor Minutes, and I will see you in next week's Mentor Minutes.